scream of no from Rickleton. 198 for 3. They would know each other's game totally back to front because of their relationship with the Lions. Obviously, have been playing together for a long time, training again a lot over the years as well. So that helps, and we've known each other, I'm sure, going through some of the various ages. We've seen each other in those traps that are going through the ranks. Bit of a committee meeting now to see what the next plan is. There's a look at what we call a hoover, as we just have a good look at the surface. There is the potential for some of those cracks just to widen up a little bit. Some of those cracks are on the lines of around about the off stump, but about the 6-7 metre area from the base of the stumps. Not convinced it's actually going to be quite hot enough for that to happen. We'll have to see what happens if the weather does get a bit warmer as we go on. It's not forecast to at this stage. No rain around. In fact, the groundsman watered the pitch a little bit yesterday afternoon. Just a light sprinkle to make sure it's still going to be okay.
Yeah, I'll give you a bit of a clue. When you rock up in Newlands and you see any sort of green area on that surface, you know something's bound to happen. There's none of that. Absolutely none.
Oh, yeah.
200 up now.
Bouncing back South Africa after a not so great first session. Look at where they are through this partnership. Great commitment. We've seen everything from Rickleton. Good shot making. Bavuma as steady as you want him to be. There's the ball late. Very good against spin. And that bubble, that century scoring bubble, Bavuma, got to say.
Oh, yes, buddy.
I think he's got to do that, make him drive against the spin. He's taken a couple of chances in one of the earlier overs against Salman. Came down the track and wanted to hit it through the offside against the spin. So let's see what happens. Get one to straighten, maybe.
Didn't try to hit too hard. That's just all about timing. My goodness. Hardly smacked that. It's gone for 6.
Please don't stop, Bavuma. Yes, if that's your shot against Salman Aliala, go for it. And what a hit. Nailed it completely.
He's heard you, Ramis. He's heard you. You've sent the invitation. Try and play against the spin. And how is this for an execution? Down the track. Inside out. Oh, I tell you what, it has flown a long way over that middle fence.
Actually, I think he's hurt himself, Bavuma. He's hobbling around at the moment. I think he's done something to his foot. 208 for 3. Just a little bit of a hobble as he goes over. Dancing down the track, smashed that for 6, and he was pulled up straight away after that shot. So right at the end of that over, Tim Bavuma called the Met. as the physiotherapist came out and attended to him.
Good thing about that 6 was that he went through with the shot, even though it was a bit of a tangle there. Hurting his back leg, hamstring area, but he still went through with the shot. It turned out to be a 6, a painful 6.
It's a far from ideal situation for Temba. He was going on beautifully at the moment, and obviously an injury like this is going to make it quite difficult to bat on, because you can't have runners these days. Huffing and puffing a little bit there. He won't be particularly happy, I'm sure, Temba.
Yeah. There's no need to have that man at deep square back on the fence. Get him inside on the one. Make life a little bit more difficult for the South African captain. You have to pick up these little clues whilst you're out in the field, and you have to work your way around them.
Effort delivery, short, put away quite easily just for one.
I've seen England do this quite regularly, this kind of field set where you have a bouncer field. 2 men there at mid-wicket in square leg, and so every ball is to be a short ball. Let's see what happens now. Because Rickleton has played that short ball so well, the swivel and making sure that he plays it down, good wrist work, good position to get him in when he's playing that pull shot.
Yeah, New Zealand do it, or used to do it also with Neil Wagner. Just run in, bowl short for half a dozen overs or so. They have to try something, that's for sure.
I think that strategy seems to work more on dodgy pitches where the ball is stopping at times and it's not coming through at pace or at a particular height. On this surface, I don't think it's going to be that kind of a challenge where a batsman falters and gives his wicket away, but Pakistan must try.
Yeah, I think in many ways it also just changed the rhythm of play. As a batter, you're getting so used to getting in, lunging onto that front foot. Just a couple of short, push them a little bit back and then go back to the more conventional way of trying getting batters out, but they have to try something.
There's 2 men back on the hook. It's not a bad pull over 10 because he likes to go for the shot. There's a short bouncer that is in his vicinity. Now this is just to look at the work, just to show how difficult it is to bowl to both of these guys. Rickleton strong with the offside in front of square and also just behind in particular. So Rickleton's been really solid today. Some nice shots down the ground as well. now look at Temba as well. Also strong in those two areas, in front of square on the leg side.
Yeah, this just goes to show the difference in two batsmanship that we have at hand here. One being awfully strong on the leg side and the other being awfully strong on the off side. So as a bowler, those are the little adjustments that you have to make whilst you're out there. You have to pick it up and then implement it whilst you're out there. But for Temba Bavuma, you perhaps want to stay away from being too straight. Made it earlier, you want to try and finish on that off-stump line. That's still a higher percentage of runs leak through the leg side.
Yeah, they dovetail beautifully together. They really do, these two guys. Very short, that delivery. To finish the over, 210 for 3. Certainly not limping at the moment. Just to help with the cramp. All this doesn't help with the over rates, which has been very poor today from Pakistan. Yes, we have had some injuries, have had some interruptions. Temba getting some attention now. All the sort of things that the match referee takes into consideration. For the genuine, like we saw with Sam Ayub, where he couldn't actually, had to be carried off the ground, and that he'd gone to hospital. We haven't any news whatsoever actually about him yet, so that doesn't seem like there's going to be any great news coming from Pakistan. If we do hear something, we'll let you know, but he will be a massive blow if he can't play in this test match anymore. Solid down the ground. Even more reason for South Africa to go as big as they possibly can after winning the toss and batting first. Without Ayub in the lineup, minus a very key batsman, played beautifully in the white ball stuff.
Yeah, another look at Bavuma's wagon wheel. The fact that he stays on middle and off guard allows him to play that leg side field so effortlessly. So driving through the offside because of his guard makes it just a little bit tough for Bavuma. So he's already there to play a flick shot. Doesn't really have to shuffle across because his stance is on that off-stump line. Pakistan need to read that and somehow fix it.
That's away for 4, and I think Mohammed Rizwan probably summed that up.
Yeah, nay is no. And it's not shup.
Yeah, and he's got the best seat in the house to see when the bowler's going to drag it short. Cried nay, and that's the reason why. Easy pickings for Temba Bavuma.
Nay, chocker. Bread and butter, that's for Temba Bavuma. Spinner gets it down that leg side, so short. He had so much opportunity to put there wherever he wanted to put it. Another Over for South Africa, 216 for 3.
Magnificent place to be, an absolute privilege to be in this wonderful city. The weather we've had as well, sometimes only looking absolutely magnificent. What a day of Test cricket we've had. South Africa dominant in this partnership in particular. It's worth 144 runs now, and Pakistan are starting to look devoid of answers. They've tried a few different plans. They're probably on plan E by now. Nothing is really working for them, despite having South Africa 72 for 3 at the lunch. South Africans are happy though. Rami's Raza spoke a little bit earlier on about somebody in the field also needs to lift the players. It will all come from just the captain. They are looking a bit flat. Just had the tea break, hasn't been that long ago, and they're still looking a bit flat. Somebody needs to find a way to lift the side. Where is it going to come from is the question. Is it a bowler? Is it someone in the field? A little bit quiet out there for Pakistan. Very controlled by South Africa.
Pakvssa outfield. Also going to put his long arm.
Easy and Verd. It's this two fielders out leg side, square leg, and in front of square as well. And there's also fielders inside, closer in leg side. It's certainly going to be an issue from Pakistan's point of view. There's a lot to take into account, of course, a break of the injury and all that. enjoyed scoring through the leg side today. Any trouble at all. He puts in a lot through the offside, Temba Kavuma. A lot through the leg side. This left-hand, right-hand combination has made life very difficult for Pakistan. It keeps growing, and that will be worrying for the visitors.
Now. 215 balls. Everybody feet up.
You're superstitious, Bonnie. You don't strike me as someone who is.
Do I strike you as?
Someone who's not superstitious. I feel like Polly might be a little superstitious. Okay, just nervous character then.
Just suspicious. Get that, I suppose, superstitious or not, depending on who your teammates are in the change room. You kind of have to not buy into it, but ensure that you're not the one causing your brother to stumble. Choo 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 for 3.
Yeah, the obvious famous one that I think many know about, Neil McKenzie. With all his superstitions, you wouldn't want to be the one that does something to
Those of you, it will be attributed to you. So fall in line. Easier that way for everybody.
bowlers have toiled hard, but questions might be asked at what stages some of the bowlers bowled at. Bowlers after lunch, was it the right decision? Bowlers before tea, was it the right decision as well? Certain crucial phases of the game. And maybe there might be a lapse in concentration from the batters. Did they capitalise or not?
length. And whilst they've gone at the stumps on a pitch that has been that bit flatter, they might have tried to work who you might use when.
I think that's 6% of the short deliveries, probably 90% of those deliveries have happened in the last 25 minutes with this field that they've got set. It's almost the last gasp effort at saying you're in control and we're going to try and buy ourselves a wicket in a certain way. And they might have also lost hope in trying to find the outside edge. There's another drag down that's well fielded. And it's a dangerous position to get into as a seamer when you're kind of at the back of your mark thinking, I don't think I'm going to nick him off. And that's where you get the feeling that they're at. And the second you balled a long way off, still 20 overs away. So they're going to have to find a way. I'm a bit surprised we haven't seen an attempt to get this ball to reverse. It's normally a real strength of the Pakistan side.
We were talking about that earlier. Ramesh here saying their attack, because the pace of the bowlers is certainly not what they've had in times. His peripheral vision.
It's funny, if a bowler had a towel attached to his body and had fallen off, it would be dead ball, it wouldn't be given out, but the non-striker dropped it like he'd stood on it, like he'd done some damage to it. As we said, a new sponsor for Temba Bavuma.
He was the Pakistan captain who spoke about Jamal, the possibilities and what he offers the side before the Test series. He spoke about how handy he is with the ball and that he can get the ball to reverse. It's one of the things they were looking to him to do in the series. If you haven't seen it today.
Interesting one. Naseem Shah, 21 years of age, rested after one test.
Shine anger by Rickleton. It's gone. No.
Yeah, it's one of those things that the Pakistan team is actually looking for. He's done a fantastic job getting on top of the side screen and lobbing the ball back. But they want him to be out of control. And this shot was out of control. No control whatsoever. Bounces just short. One hop and onto the side screen. Trying to whack it away. And just top edges.
Runs for Rickleton at the end of the previous over. The salt is being rubbed into the wounds for Pakistan right now.
Let's just get in the crowd ready for the SA20. Might see a few of those.
Just the way he plays that, and it's because they are Fielders in the deep. Tough to get started. You nick one and away you go. When you get yourself in, you've got to make sure you cash in. And cashing in would be just triple figures, that'd be fine. But he's going one better here, up to 130.
Oh, yes, buddy.
And they call him? Big Daddy Hundreds.
Oh, yeah.
An effective use of the feet by the South African captain.
Just a wonderful sway of the bat.
Big Daddy 6 now.
Match. Forget Australia currently lead that series. This is the last one of the 5-match series. And India 185 all out. This match that has not been without a little bit of controversy. I don't know if he lost the ball possibly. Looking into the sun. Just ended up actually hitting him, squeezed out of his hands. Yeah, just popped out the hands. It's an interesting shot by Rickleton. Looking at this field, it's such a strong leg side field. They're looking to.
Jamal actually turned around and started chasing himself because there was no protection back there fielding wise. He's just taking a little bit of time to recover now. It's difficult to describe what kind of shot you should refer to that as, but mightily effective.
Casillas might be happy with that one. So you need to play that shot a couple of times. He's been peppered in the field as well. That is well played. Just enough with that side, the off stump. He knows the length they're going to be bowling. It's nicely bowled. That's a play.
More orthodox from Ryan Rickleton. And this is a good shot. Stands as tall as he possibly could, gets onto his tippy toes. In fact, I think at some stage, both feet will be off the ground as he makes contact.